Claude versus Gemini. Let's see which one can make a Naruto game better in just 1 hour. Let's go! Let me start the timer. And here we are with Gemini, with a full prompt I made with ChatGPT. And let's switch the model to Pro. It took 5 minutes for the first result. Let's throw it into VS Code and see what happens. Now, since it's a 3D game, I decided to use actual 3D models, because if I didn't, this would be the game. So I gave both Gemini and Claude actual 3D models. Now obviously, I didn't model Naruto myself, because if I did, this would look like a PlayStation 1 nightmare. So I used models from Sketchfab. Without them, this wouldn't be Naruto. So, to open the code, Gemini gave us and load the models we have. We use VS Code and Live Server extension, and here it is. So the game starts loading the Hidden Leaf Village, and honestly, it already looks pretty good. That's Gemini, by the way. Enemies spawn first. Gemini actually cooked here, and then Naruto appears, or at least, I think that's Naruto. Bro spawned enemies first, just to warm us up for the earthquake. Gemini really said, "Let's start easy and end with trauma." So I gave Gemini another prompt, and this time it returned a full update, around 300 lines of code. It looked like progress, but in game dev, 300 lines mean nothing. Same issue again! The enemy model I used was Sakura, or at least, a corrupted version of Sakura from the assets. Haha, I hate this girl. And look, this is Sasuke. He looks so small. What's this black area? Is this supposed to be the fight arena? The final boss zone? I mean, come on. And the Hidden Leaf Village looks far from here, but the arena where the fights should happen isn't even loading. Let's talk with Gemini again so it fixes the problems we have. We still have 47 minutes. Another prompt, another update, and let's have some hope that this time will be better. With the right size now, Naruto is in the scene, just not on the ground, just existing above the village. Bro thinks gravity is optional. At this point, I'm not even surprised anymore. The enemies are still down there. Maybe they are trying to fly to fight us. I think Gemini tried to add verticality. As a wise man once said,
more like horizontally recline.
So I gave it another prompt, another fix. And this time, Naruto is finally inside the village, which sounds like progress until you realize he's about 1 centimeter tall. I'm not playing a fighting game anymore. I'm playing hide and seek with a grain of sand. I've been running for 10 seconds, and I think I moved 1 pixel. At this point, the enemies aren't even a threat. They just haven't noticed him yet. But somehow, the jump is actually good. So now I have a perfectly designed jump mechanic for an invisible character. So I tried to fix it again. Another prompt, another update, and boom, nothing loads. The game doesn't even start. We went from broken gameplay to no game at all. So I did what every developer does at this point, F12. Open console, copy the errors, and send them back to Gemini, because clearly, we're not coding anymore, we're negotiating. So I told Gemini to deal with it. Naruto is still tiny, still 1 centimeter away from being a particle, but now, the enemies are gone. But then, it added a Rasengan. Actually looks good. So now I have a 1 centimeter Naruto with a high quality attack. Rasengan! So I wrote another prompt, check the timer, only 1 minute and a half left for Gemini. Back to the game. Naruto is still tiny, still inside the village, but now there's a small map loading in. Progress, I guess, but still no enemies. I keep running, waiting. Nothing happens. At this point, I'm not even playing. I'm just existing. So I go back to Gemini, and right as I do, the timer ends. It rings. Yeah, perfect timing. But I'm not stopping here. One last try. I send the prompt, get the code, run it, and okay, it's better. Enemies finally appear. But now they're even smaller. I'm not fighting anymore. I'm stepping on pixels. The arena shows up too, but Naruto isn't even inside it. He's still in the village, floating above everything, looking like a sneaker on the map. Final bosses spawn and get deleted instantly. No challenge, no fight, just gone. So, yeah, Gemini gets a solid 5 out of 10. Let's see if Claude can actually save this. Alright, Claude's turn. So I gave it the exact same prompt I gave Gemini. No changes, no help, nothing, and this time, it took around 16 minutes to respond, which is already suspicious. But then I ran the game, without even loading the 3D models, and it still worked. Like even in just Claude Preview, it worked. Like actually worked. Not kind of works. Not debug simulator, a real playable game. If I did that with Gemini, you already know what happens. Everything breaks, nothing loads, life loses meaning. But Claude, it built a full fallback system, clean placeholders, working characters, proper structure, like it actually understood the assignment, so I kept playing, and it just kept getting better. Chakra system, Kurama mode, enemy movement that actually makes sense, camera that doesn't fight me every 2 seconds, the village design, everything just feels intentional. At this point, I'm not testing anymore. I'm playing. And somehow, without even using the real models, this already feels more complete than everything Gemini did. Look at the blue arena when I'm fighting final bosses. Combo of hits. Enemy health bar is so realistic. Now time to fight Orochimaru, even though it's hard to lose, and the game is not really challenging, but still good as the first Claude try. Time to fight Pain, the final boss, and here it is, full victory. So let's try to run Claude's version properly. Open it with live server, finally load the models, and nothing changes. Same scene, same placeholders, same thing I just saw in the preview. So yeah, even Claude can't escape the model loading curse. At this point, I'm like, okay, easy fix. One prompt, we're done. Let's go back to Claude, type the fix, hit enter, and limit reached. Of course, right now, right when it's actually working. 16 minutes of genius. Stop by a subscription wall. I'm not debugging anymore. I'm negotiating with my plan. So, to continue this properly, I switched to windsurf. Yeah, a bit cheating for Claude, but I give it only one prompt. That's it. No retries, no iterations, one shot, same model, Claude Sonnet. I paste the errors from the console, hit enter, and wait. Then I run it, and I can't believe this. This is actually a real game, like a real playable game. There's still a bug. Naruto is under the village in some kind of black void, but honestly, it kind of works. Feels like a ninja invasion from underground or something. Look at this. Enemy waves, Sakura clones everywhere, actual movement, actual pressure. Chakra system? Clean. Refill feels good. And then, Kurama awakening. Yeah, this is insane. Mission 2 starts, boss fights, Sasuke shows up, and he actually attacks. Finally, something fights back. I think I'm still under the arena, which is weird, but also kinda cool. Would be better on the ground though, not gonna lie. Orochimaru appears. Let me deal with him real quick. Yeah, still a bit too easy. And now, Pain. Or, wait, why does he look like, you know what, I forgot her name. And, Victory. I mean, this is actually a good game, like genuinely. So yeah, Gemini gets a 5 out of 10. Claude, that's on you to rate on the comments. And if you want to try it or improve it, I'm dropping everything for free on GitHub. And yeah, thanks for watching.